Hey everybody! All right, this is Chrissy Leonard, business and marketing coach for soul-centered women entrepreneurs. And today I want to talk about a question that I get quite a bit, which is how do you know when to invest in a mentor, a program, or something that you're hoping is going to basically get you some results in your business or in your life? So, when it comes to investing in a coach or a product, a program, a group coaching experience, whatever it is that you're considering, I always recommend looking at three big things. Number one is that there is a system, okay? You want to make sure that you're working with somebody who has a set of steps in the right order that if you take those steps, you're going to get results. So you want there to be a proven system, a formula. You want to know that whoever you're investing in or whatever you're investing in has a process, that's going to lead you from where you are now to where you want to go. It's that simple, right? So you want to look at testimonials. You want to make sure that they've gotten the results that you want. And my big thing is I always look for somebody who has what I want, who's making the money I want, who's being able to create the business or the freedom or the lifestyle I want. And then I pay them to shortcut my path. I'm basically like, instead of spending years trying to piece this together on my own, can you lay out exactly where I should focus first, second, and third to get the results that you got so that I can get in maybe 6 months or 3 months where it took you a few years, okay? And that way your investment is always super powerful, and you know if you put your money and your time into it, you're actually gonna get results. Number two is to make sure that there is support. So even with the best system, right? You can download a checklist, you can ask somebody, what should I do first, second, and third? Honestly, a lot of times we have a pretty good idea of what we should be doing in our businesses to get results. But without the right support, without having somebody guide you and hold you accountable and hold you in a tight container that's going to stretch you and keep you moving forward week after week, even with the best system, we can be left to our own devices and not implement it, right? So you also want to look for support. I have done so many trainings and programs where I invested a good amount of money, but then I would get lost or I wasn't really sure how to apply the business theory to my specific industry or niche. I wasn't sure how to take what I was taught and apply it to create results for me in my life. That's what support helps you to do. Again, it's not just about knowing what you should be doing, but how to apply it in the way that's going to get you results and the most bang for your buck, the shortest amount of time and the best outcome for you. And number three is the right alignment. So not only do we need to know the right steps in the right order and have support to make sure we follow those steps and navigate any of the inner resistance and roadblocks and fears and definitely inevitable barriers that will come up on the road to entrepreneurship, we also want to look at alignment. Is this person aligned with me? Do I like their energy? Do I like their vibe? Do I get a gut sense that I can really trust this person? Are the tools and tactics that this person is teaching aligned with what really feels right for me? Is this person doing and running their business with integrity? That's something I'm always looking for. I'm always about the vibe and I'm always about the integrity. Because I know, and you probably know deep down too, that if somebody just gives you a bunch of things to do, and it doesn't really feel right to you, you might do it for the short term, but long term, it's not gonna work. Just like with going to the gym or hiring a trainer or a health coach, I did a million perfect systems, even had support, doing Weight Watchers when I was trying to lose weight. But I would go to the meetings and I would log my calories. People would be talking about like low fat, this and that. And I'm like, I'm growing my garden. I'm like drinking craft beer with my friends. Like I want to go to France and drink wine. I don't want to be like worried about like low calorie cheese. I want to like go to the farm down the street and like get the good stuff. It wasn't aligned for me. Does that make sense? So even though there's a perfect system and great support, I didn't stick with it because my inner knowing, my gut was like, this isn't really true for me. This isn't really like get into the core of what I needed. But when I learned spiritual practices for creating mindfulness around food and doing the inner work to really overcome emotional eating, that's when everything changed and I lost 50 pounds. Okay? So if this resonates with you, I want to hear from you. What are you missing right now? Do you know the right steps in the right order to make the money you want in your business? Do you know how to scale it? Do you know how to make the income that you want monthly? Or do you need support? Are you kind of knowing what you need to do, but you need to be held accountable what to what you're capable of? And number three, do you know you've been doing a lot of things and maybe even doing it right, but something is off in your business or in your life? Then chances are it's not going to work unless you get all three of these in place, okay? So whether we work together and have that opportunity, which I would love, or you're looking out in the industry, in the world, on Google for the right thing that is that next right investment for you, always keep those three things in mind: the right support, the right system, and the right accountability. When you have all three, you're able to create massive transformation in the shortest amount of time. And if you're interested in working with me, I would love to invite you to learn more about the Aligned Female Entrepreneur. This is my 90-day women's business building training and course where you get all three. You get my exact system that I use to create a six-figure business online, mapped out for you step by step, so you can hashtag surrender to the system, just take the right steps in the right order. You get support from me every single week to help guide you and coach you and apply the theory to your specific business, to move through the inner obstacles and the resistance that have been keeping you stuck and holding you back. And you learn how to do this in an aligned way, trusting your intuition and creating a business that truly feels like you, so that you can make both the income that you want and the impact that you desire. All right, so definitely check out AFE, join me. If you're interested in learning more, definitely reach out. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you more next week.